Hey, it's your girl, your favorite paralegal, aka Cassandra Lynn, and welcome to Legal Doc Talk 24/7. So, I believe we are, let's see. I wanted to do my members first. So, I'm just trying to make sure that I am in members only. Hopefully, I am. I can't even see it. Yeah, I am in members only. Okay, that is good. So, welcome. Um, so I'm gonna go through the court doc read for Miss Hilary Sanchez and Netta. If you guys aren't aware of what's going on, it is because it's not really out there. I was just scrolling through TikTok and just happened to actually see this. And you know what? I think I might go live. So let's see. Let's see. What's up? Buttercup, like, I'm first. Yeah. So yeah, it's just members. I don't have a lot of members, and that is okay, but I wanted to do something exclusive before I actually make this public. Let's see. But oh my gosh, I don't know if y'all know what is going on, but Joe has finally been sued. I don't know if you've ever heard of Miss Hilary Sanchez, but I stumbled across her page on TikTok, and she was like, she had a photo of or a screenshot of the petition, and I'm reading the petition. I'm like, Joe Robinson, and I was like, oh crap, that's Miss Netta. And so there's two individuals and a business that is being sued. So I had the opportunity of obtaining the oh, I'm so sorry, obtaining the court docket, the complaint. That's what I'm trying to call it. The complaint from document Tingz off of Twitter. Definitely giving them a shout out, because I was like, one, I'm not about to pay for this this darn petition, but I got to read it because I am trying to be nosy and figure out what's going on. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get on into this. Hold up, where is this petition? Oh, before I do that, I do want to share this because we have to have some type of context as to why Joe is suing, not Joe, Miss Hilary Sanchez is suing Joe. So I'm gonna play a little bit of this so everybody can get a context. Let me hold up. Let me just make sure you guys can actually hear this too. Cause I was like, baby, this is just too much. All right, yeah. Also share. Okay. Alrighty. So
Why Netta? Y'all know him by Netta. So I'm going to say Netta. Y'all tap the screen for me. Thank you. Let's get to 20K. Thank you. Why Joe Diddy, also known as Netta, has to appear in the great state of Connecticut. And here's why. I'm going to give you an example of why. One thing he did was he was sleeping with the enemy. Now, what I mean by that is there were two mods, in particularly one mod, who was actually doxing Joe Diddy on a troll account. One person who befriended Joe Diddy and cool with Joe Diddy now. And Joe don't even realize that this woman actually was the one who doxed all his addresses, former addresses, phone numbers, new phone numbers. And Joe Diddy didn't even realize how she got his other phone number when Joe Diddy changed the number. I'm going to explain to y'all how this person was able to get Joe Diddy's phone number. I'm going to explain it to you guys so that you guys can understand as we go and we break down this criminal complaint, these charges against Joe Robinson, and then you've got your civil, we got civil stuff, which is, only thing that can happen is monetary damages. But you've got two different criminal things going on with Joe Robinson, also known.
So, not only does he have a civil case, she also pressed charges on Netta, y'all. I didn't even know that until I went on her page and I I stumbled across this. So she filed both criminal and civil charges and a case against Miss Netta. So I'm gonna let her go ahead and keep explaining. And what I have noticed is that she speaks in third person, but hey, everybody do their stuff different. But let's continue.
Known as Netta. And Joe Robinson is fully aware of of these cases. He's very, very aware. I put it up on my backdrop last time when he filed a notice of appearance in court. Was anyone in the room who seen Joe Diddy file his notice of appearance when I showed it all on the live? Did you guys see that? Anybody in here remember when I showed that about 8 days ago? You did? Okay, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. So, yep. Okay. So with that being said, if you guys remember, right before that, Miss Hilary Sanchez had shown you guys the police cam, the body cam where they were serving Joe Diddy with those criminal complaints and papers. And if do y'all remember looking at the body cam and the papers were down on the floor and you seen Joe Diddy on the other side of the door, and you clearly could tell that the officer was on the other side of the door with the body cam. Do y'all recall that too? Y'all following me? I hope you following me. I'm watching the comments so y'all can communicate and we'll take it through. Yes? Okay. So now, so that happened. Yeah, so that happened on September 29th. The sheriff's department went out there with the criminal paperwork in hand, and they went out to Joe Diddy. It was on a Sunday, and y'all can look at y'all calendar if you think I'm joking. The 29th was on a Sunday. And obviously, I'm not going to forget that was on a Sunday because um, we caught him when he was cooking on his show. So we did it strategically so that way when they went there before, they were trying to serve him. They wouldn't open the door. They could see that they had cameras, and so Joe Diddy then wouldn't open up the door. Okay. We knew that they were in there because the dog was in there. And if you guys remember, y'all tap the screen. Let's tap it for Miss Hilary Sanchez. I don't see my lights going. I look down. If they're not flashing, we got to have a conversation. Y'all tap the screen. We got 100 people in here, 107 people. Let's tappy, tappy, tap. So then they were trying to go and serve Joe Diddy. And Joe Diddy was not answering the door, nor would Charles answer the door. So We knew they were there because, according to Carlos, the manager, before y'all seen him on the second show when Carlos did that 2.5 hour interview on my show last week, Carlos and me had already spoke for hours, okay? So I knew that Joe Diddy don't leave that dog in that trailer if they're gone a while. But when the police went there, guys, all their cars were in the driveway, and you could tell somebody was there, but they didn't open the door. So I told the sheriff's department, you guys, instead of you just going knocking in the morning or knocking in the afternoon, they're not going to answer the door. I said, this is what we're going to do. You guys wait until I call you. And when I call you and tell you that Joe Diddy is in that kitchen acting like Chef Joe or D, then I will call y'all, and then y'all mount up and get in y'all cars, and y'all going out there to serve this silverback before he think he can ditch and dodge this paperwork. So when Chef Joe RD went in there trying to cook, I seen it. I seen it on one of my backup pages. I immediately called the sheriff's department. They dispatched the process people out there, and then they went out there, and the Joe Diddy always had that door open when he cooking, because Charles is going back and forth in and out. So they didn't have time to. They couldn't have stopped the live and got everything shut up.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm over here cracking up because the beef is we're gonna get into the complaint, but the beef is freaking real. So I did like a short video on this earlier, just trying to what's going on, right? And so I was just thinking it is a civil case, and it's not. It's both a civil and a criminal case. So when I was looking at the court docket, I'm like, okay, so the complaint is filed, but I didn't see where the summons was issued. I didn't see where Joe actually answered. All I saw was, the complaint and then an amended complaint. And so the reason why we are watching this is to get some type of context as to what's going on, and then I'll go ahead and read the complaint. So shout out to the Hilary Sanchez show. If you are in here, hey, hey, hey. But yeah, let's continue.
In time, because they went in stealth mode. They just shot down there. So after they got there and they gave Joe Diddy the first set of papers. The sheriff's department did. Joe Diddy went for bad, y'all. Joe Diddy gonna throw the papers down on the ground and go inside and stand on the other side of the door like that ain't no. They didn't serve you with no criminal complaint that you got to answer to. But he left the paperwork. Yeah, Joe Diddy threw the papers down. We got all this on. I got all the body cam. I told y'all we gonna go through series of different things, and y'all be able to see more receipts. All of that. I got all the pictures of their cars, the trailer. I got everything, everything, video and still pictures. We got it all. Don't worry. We're gonna go through this in the most efficient way. So as I was saying, so Joe Diddy had an attitude, and that's where you guys seen the first still picture of Joe Diddy on the inside of that screen door, and the sheriffs were on the other side with their body cams on. Now, so that was done. The other person, which is a civil service processor, had showed up moments after the sheriffs were there, and then they served Joe Diddy with my civil stuff against him. So he had criminal and civil all served on him at the same time. At the same time, Joe Diddy, also known as Netta. So when I say Joe Diddy, it's Netta, okay? Because that's how I refer to him, as Joe Diddy. Or I have picked up a name that I've heard this gentleman uh, named DJ Whirl. He calls him Glizzy. I like Glizzy also. So if I say Glizzy or Joe Diddy, y'all, it's all Netta. So you guys will know it's all Netta. But I do like Glizzy too, and it may come out as I'm speaking to y'all, but my apologies. So okay, so he's been served. So he was served on September 29th. Then on October 4th, Joe Diddy, also known as Glizzy, goes and contacts his new manager, who does whatever research they do and do whatever they do, and they got some paperwork to reply back to the case. So what Joe Diddy did was he went and they printed off whatever they needed to print off to reply, and then he took it to Staples in Alabama, and he faxed the documents. He faxed the documents to the Superior Court in Connecticut. He faxed them, and he faxed them to the right place. Everything was right. The only thing that Joe Diddy did wrong, which he doesn't realize, is, and I know y'all know this, you know, anything that you serve with the court, what do y'all have to do? You've got to serve it on the opposing party. Do y'all know that? You know you can't have surprises. You can't be surprised where you just gave the court one thing and you didn't give it to the other
That's
party.
correct.
You have to send it. If you send it on a Monday to the court, you have to send it on a Monday to the opposing party. Y'all following me? Are y'all following me? Okay. So Joe Diddy, Glizzy, failed to forward anything to me. As of today's date, I have not received anything that Glizzy filed with the Superior Court. So what is going to happen with Glizzy's paperwork come next week when it comes time for court? Miss Hilary Sanchez is going to file what they call a motion to strike. A motion to strike will be to strike his pleadings because he did not serve me, the opposing party, with the documents. And I will tell the court to set aside and do not consider anything that he sent because it's considered ex parte contact. I hope y'all understand some of these legal words that I'm using. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the gifts.
Okay, I wanted to hopefully that gives some context. So not only did she file a civil suit, but she also filed criminal suit. Joe has been served. Joe has been served for both the criminal and the civil. And later on in the video, I'll make sure that I put her link into my description box so y'all can, go over there and like her channel and follow if you guys want to follow her. This Miss Hilary, the Hilary Sanchez show. So she has receipts, baby. The process, and normally when a process server goes out and serves the person, some good process servers actually take a picture if they are attempting service and they may not be able to serve the individual or individuals, they will take a picture of the property and, if there's cars in the driveway to ensure, like, hey, we did go out there to serve this person, but there wasn't, as all the receipts Now, the fact that Joe was served the papers, both papers, and he threw them on the ground, that don't mean dilly squat. The officer did what they were supposed to do. They served him. What he did with the papers, that's on him. Now, he did go and file his answer. He responded to the lawsuits, but he did not provide her with a copy of his response. Now, I don't know who he reached out to as far as his manager goes, but I would suggest if you don't know anything about the legal process, you need to get with you an attorney, because the case is not going to go in your favor. Like you're doing it the wrong way, Netta. Okay, you're doing it the wrong way. So let's hop on into this criminal complaint, not the criminal complaint, y'all. That's how I know it's time to go to bed. The civil complaint, and shout out to Document Tings. If you want to go to their Twitter page, they will. If and anybody that want to, get legal documents on some big name cases, you could definitely head over there, and they will try their best to obtain these document posts. So, because me, I was about to pay for no pacer. If the document is free, or if it's something that I really, 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 really want, I'm not going to pay for it. But so in earlier video, I did went ahead and read the first part of the complaint because that's all I was able to see. But unfortunately, I could not see the other part. So I did a little bit of research, and I ended up coming across this Twitter page that called Document Tings, and I was able to get um a copy. So we're gonna get into it. Just before I start getting into it, what's up, Miss Buttercup? How you doing, girl? Black Lady Love, how you doing? How you doing? It is hilarious. It is freaking hilarious. Netta ain't got no money. Netta portrays like she got money, but there ain't no money there. What up, Ebony? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. All right, so let's hop on into it. I know it's late. I had to do mommy things at the college, but we're gonna hop on into this. And I'll make sure everybody can see this. All right, so I'll reread this. So Hilary Sanchez versus Omar Leonard, no Nosy Bystanders LLC, and Joe Robinson. Let's see. Claim one, defendant, no Nosy Bystanders LLC. So the first claim she's making is defamation against these individual, well, this particular um, company. So on or about August 20th, 2024, it was redistributed a live held from this defendant who made several false and defamatory statements about the plaintiff and the plaintiff's husband, Nate Sanchez, on her popular social media platforms titled Nosy Bystanders, with a following of over 560,000 followers. The defendant has an account with her username, Nosy Bystanders, on the very popular platform called TikTok, with over 150 million viewers. The defendant unprivileged publication to a third party was held on TikTok live on her page Nosy Bystanders, where she receives thousands of views alone, with other redistributing the live broadcast from TikTok and other social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram. The defendant fault amounting at least to negligence on the part of the publisher at Nosy Bystanders. The defendant either actionability of the statement irrespective of special harm or the existence of special harm caused by the publication. Defendant published the malicious, false, and defamatory statements from June 1st, 2024 through September 3rd, 2024 about the plaintiff, Miss Hilary Sanchez, and her husband, Nate Sanchez. These false and misleading statements, published with malice, as defendant knew that they were false and misleading, or at a minimum, acted and published with a reckless disregard for the truth. On or about September 5th, 2024, defendant Nosybystanders LLC, hereinafter mentioned as defendant Nosy, went live on her platform on TikTok around 8 p.m. and discussed the plaintiff and stated the plaintiff is currently being housed in a mental institution. And she stated as a fact that at 12 a.m., all the internet services is disabled at the mental institution where the plaintiff Hilary currently resides. Therefore, her only question is, Hilary, how is the Jello friend? Y'all, I'm not making this up. Y'all can see this. Y'all can see this here on the screen, right? Okay. All right, I'm going to keep on reading. So, Nosy Bystanders put on her platform that Miss Hilary Sanchez was in the cuckoo house, y'all. That's uh defamatory statement 1. On August 28, 2024, defendant Nosy stated that following at 1:10 a.m. on TikTok Live streaming service about Miss Hilary Sanchez is quite easy to get restraining orders against her. You are quite literally in a mental health facility for crazy people, okay? It's too easy to say this person scares me. This person is threatening my life. This person, well, where does this person reside? A mental health facility. Okay, the fact that you have access to the outside world is wild. And why they don't have you strapped up and taped to a wall is beyond the rest of the general public. Hilary, you're not a part of the general public for a good reason. When you were a part of the general public, you were terrorizing us. That what you were doing, and somehow the guards took a nap and you got access to a phone because soon as midnight hit and I looked at the guest request, she dropped because Hilary, you know you're not supposed to be on the goddamn phone bothering us. Y'all, I promise you, we got to do better with these pleadings. We got to do better. We got too much technology out there. Too much technology that can clean this up. All right. On August 28, 2024, defendant Nosy stated the following around the same time or thereafter on TikTok live stream to thousands of our supporters. Well, Hilary is trans. I don't know what Hilary is. I don't give a blank. I don't care. Hilary is a crazy, psychotic person in a mental health facility harassing the general public. You can go over there and ask her for her transitioning when she goes live again. When they give her access to Wi Fi, whoever is helping this bag of nuts on the rest of us, like Hottie and Daniel, said you would stop helping her. Let me check these comments. We gonna be a while. Hey, Wonder Woman. Hey, shout out to the mods. Yes. Hit that smash button, y'all. Hit that like button. I said hit the smash button. Well, smash that like button. All right. I know it's late night, but hopefully this is some entertainment for you guys. All right, baby, reading this child. Okay. First and foremost, we got to do stuff in chronological order. Um Yeah. All right. So on August 25th, okay, so we are, it's not in chronological order as far as ascending is descending because we started with what, the 5th, September 5th, August 28th, and now we're at August 25th. All right, so on August 25th, 2024, defendant Nosy made the following false statements: that Hilary took a picture with a baby at a halfway house. She also stated she is telling the truth 2 different times to her viewing followers in her live. She said if more people on messy TikTok would talk about the story, it may compile Hillary to oh wait, ooh, that was supposed to be compel Hillary to talk about it. I only seen so far me and Omar talking about it. She made the following statements. She said he's gone, y'all. That was in 2022. Her husband Nate has been gone, you guys. He has not come back. I think that's part of the story people don't get. He been gone. Nate has been gone for a long time. Defendant Nosy made the following false statements the plaintiff and her husband as soon as they got married. Wedding was annulled a few weeks later after they got married. She stated Nate, the plaintiff's husband, is engaged with another woman with a baby on the way. He's gone, y'all. It is a Tubi Plus movie for real. She said Nate is hiding in a bunker across the country. She is in a halfway house for the mentally insane. Okay, so pretty much what's going on is that Hillary is alleging that Nosy is making all these false accusations, false statements, um, regarding her husband and her being split, she being in a mental institution, and she's saying all of this on TikTok that has millions of followers. On August 25th, defendant Nosy stated the following false statements yet again. The staff at the halfway house is trying to get her evicted. Nosy said she is not making this up. The staff said they've been trying to get the plaintiff evicted. That's the safest place for the rest of us. Wait, the rest of us is Hillary being in there. That's the safest place for all of us. She got to stay there for the safety of the general public. She then made a false statement that I attacked the staff because I was attacking staff, and that is when Hillary filed a lawsuit claiming emotional distress, and because the legal matter, they cannot evict her because there is a lawsuit. She filed to stay on the property. That is false statements. I am going to tell you this, and I, in no way being mean or anything, but you're going to have to amend this petition so that it makes sense to the court. It has to make sense because, yeah, it has to make sense. And as a person that drafts pleadings on a daily basis, you have to do that. What? All right, one of us said, let the people know it's Cassandra. You have been very sharing tons of 411. Oh, you welcome, you welcome, you welcome. Did the get to oh, okay, are you asking me if I went to the fair? If not, just let me know. Because I did not understand that, Tiffany. But we're going to the fair tomorrow if that's your question. All right, so back to this. All right, so the plaintiff Hilary Sanchez or her husband Nate Sanchez has not spoken personally to the defendant about our personal marriage or any personal information released, any of our personal medical information to her or her company and another parties to this complaint. Uh we have never meet this person, no Nosy Bystanders LLC, in person or spoken to them over the phone or email or text message. Okay, so either you're going to be speaking in third person or you're going to be speaking in first person. You can't do both. I'm telling y'all one thing, if a judge reads pleadings and it's all over the place, they're going to get pissed. I'll never forget one attorney was not the attorney, a judge griped at an attorney because of what was submitted to the court. I baby. I mean, the judge went in. So pro se, if you're gonna be self-represented, there's too many it's too many, what am I trying to say? Gadgets out there, sites that you can actually put your things through to generate. Even AI, chat, what is it? Chat GPT, you can use that as well. But we got to clean this one up. The plaintiff, Miss Hilary Sanchez, has been harmed and damaged by these and other false and misleading statements by defendant nosy bystanders. They knew that they were false and misleading, or at a minimum acted and published or made available for others to publish with a reckless disregard for the truth. All right. The plaintiff, Miss Hilary Sanchez, has been harmed and damaged by these and other false and misleading statements by defendant because they subjected plaintiff to hatred, distrust, ridicule, contempt, and disgrace. Plaintiff Hilary Sanchez has been damaged from this defendant from false and misleading statements because they damaged the plaintiff's reputation and goodwill and harmed plaintiff financially in her profession and business as a content creator on TikTok and other social media platforms as well. Um, Said defendants are on notice that the plaintiff will file to amend said complaint as unknown acts that has come to light through the discovery process of this action. Okay. Let's see. 18 says on information and belief, defendant Nosy has conspired with defendant Omar Leonard and others from June 1st, 2024 and ongoing to make false and misleading statements and to publish with malice as the defendants knew that they were false and misleading, or at a minimum acted and published with a reckless disregard for the truth. Defendant Nosy made the following statement that the plaintiff assaulted medical providers at the hospital in 2024. She claims, I am a client currently at a psychiatric ward, living there every day. She also stated she is serious. She is telling the truth. She is not joking. The plaintiff, Miss Hilary, has been harmed and damaged by defendants nosy, false, and misleading statements because they subjected plaintiff to hatred, distrust, ridicule, contempt, and disgrace. Plaintiff has been damaged by these false and misleading statements because they have damaged plaintiff's reputation and goodwill and harm plaintiff financially in her profession, the host of the Hilary Sanchez show on TikTok, as well as her personally. Defendant Nosy Bystanders LLC has the following quote on their webpage. Nosy Bystanders is a media company dedicated to delivering timely, accurate, and engaging news across digital platforms. We offer in depth analysis and diverse perspectives on the stories that matter most. The plaintiff has harmed, the plaintiff has been harmed and damaged by these and other false and misleading statements by defendant because they subjected plaintiff to hatred, distrust, ridicule, contempt, and disgrace. Plaintiff has been damaged by these false and misleading statements because they damaged plaintiff's reputation, goodwill, and harmed plaintiff financially in her profession and business as a content creator as well as personally. All right. That was a tough one to get through. So I'm gonna take a break and read these comments. Hey Cassandra, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? All right. So that's the first part. So Nosy Bias was sued because they were putting out false claims stating that Miss Hilary Sanchez was in a cuckoo house and that her husband and her were split and so on and so forth. All right, so now we're going on to claim number 2. Defendant Omar Douglas, Albert Leonard, and she is also suing him for defamation. All right, so defendant Omar Douglas Albert Leonard hereinafter, or hereafter Omar on or about August 1st, 2024, and continuing was holding live streams on TikTok on his platform called Omar Facts 100 ST. Moreover, Hilltop 221 and then at Omar from Watts. Defendant Omar made several false and defamation statements about the plaintiff and the plaintiff's husband, Nate Sanchez, on his social media platform. She goes to say that defendant Omar lives live streams were supposed to be were redistributed and went viral on social media, drawing millions of views upon the plaintiff information and belief. Defendant unprivileged publication to a third party was held on TikTok Live, which is fault amounting to at negligence on the part of the publisher and his social media platforms. The defendant either actionability of the statements irrespective of special harm or the existence of special harm caused by the publication. All right, let me get to the meat part of this. All right, here we go. All right, so defendant Omar between the dates of July 15th, 2024 and ongoing has made the following false and misleading statements. What happened now is Hilary's old mods talked to Nate and they're doing an interview with Nate. This is the new news and Hilary is feeling dumb. He also said, "You guys keep saying, Omar, give us the tea, but you keep letting my live streams get shut down." After this Nate interview, I don't give a blank about Hilary. My content is not based on the N word. These statements were live streamed from his account called Omar Fact 100 ST or 100 well, I don't know how to say that on TikTok platform and redistributed on other platforms and went viral on social media. He went live for over 4 hours about the plaintiff and the plaintiff husband, Nate. Let's see. He stated on the same live, "Why would I sue Hillary? He's busted and disgusted." I think that was supposed to be disgusted. See what happened to Hillary is obsessed with Netta stalking him and lying on him. He lies. He also stated that plaintiff's husband Nate has not been my husband since day one of the marriage, and he said Nate done moved on with his life. Nate has nothing to do with his wife for 2 years. Let's see. Omar also stated he has a copy of the plaintiff's and her husband's wedding annulment during the same timeline stated in the plaintiff's complaint. He also placed the background of some type of document stating as a fact it was said document. He also stated that the wedding, put the wedding, was annulled 2 years ago and he got the receipts to prove it. Hillary been lying to y'all. We gotta work on the grammar. Gotta work on the grammar. Um, let's see. He also stated that plaintiff's husband has a current protection order in place 2024. He has evidence of that. He stated the plaintiff husband's Nate Sanchez has a baby with different women in Arizona and a baby on the way. He stated the plaintiff is currently living in a mental health homeless shelter program as of July 15th, 2024 and ongoing. That's why the that's why the plaintiff cannot show her face when she goes there from the shelter. Can't you guys tell that's why she has the TV up loud so you can't hear the other people in the lives? What? Defendant Omar stated that Hillary do not cook for herself. The place is supposed to be providing the food for them. Hillary is in a place she can't cook. Omar stated the following: Nate Sanchez has not spoken to Nate or heard from Nate for over 2 years, and Hillary can't talk about him because of court orders. That's why he talks about Netta. The plaintiff got mad the other day after I showed the wedding annulment, and he put up a document that perpetrated and he stated was the official annulment of Nate and Hilary Sanchez. So you're pretty much suing, or she's suing Nate, not Nate, Omar, because he is stating that she's in a mental institution or homeless shelter, and that she's not really married to her husband, and the husband got a baby on the way. That's pretty much what it's stating. Let's see. Omar stating that he has papers he has of the wedding annulment, says Nate Sanchez versus Hilary Sanchez, not Benjamin Sanchez, and showed the fake document on live, and said the plaintiff got mad because of divorce stuff. He showed a document that looks like a court filing dated January 24th, 2024, with the words docket event with the description saying divorce annulment, and it stated decree of divorce, case closed. He stated it was the official document that got Miss Hilary Sanchez mad. And the other paper I got says Hilary Sanchez and Nett Sanchez on TikTok like video. I don't understand what that said. Defendant Omar stated all these lies throughout the complaint from July 15, 2024 to ongoing. And this is just the usual language that, damage due to the false misleading statements. All right, so this is what we all came for. Joe, what did Joe do? What did Joe do? Let me check these comments right quick. All right. So we ain't got nothing really going on. All right. let's do this one. All right. So Joe is being sued for defamation. All right. So here and after we're going to say defendant Joe. Joe is holding live streams on or about August 1st, 2024, and counting on TikTok and Facebook and YouTube on his platforms called at Miss Netta and Charles, with over 800,000 followers with millions of views on social media. All right, so we know that, those have been redistributed because people share, and that's how they go viral. Let's see. So defendant, let's see. Now I'm trying to get to the meat, to the meat, to the meat. All right, so it says false and defamatory statement from June 2024 and ongoing on information and belief about the plaintiff, Miss Hilary Sanchez, and her husband. Husband is USBAND. So false and misleading statements. So what were the statements? Okay. Okay, defendant Joe's statements has been published and communicated to third parties all over the social media. Okay, so what exactly is the issue? The defendant identified the plaintiff by her first and last name and her husband's to third persons. The identification was not only by name but business pages. The defendant Joe has caused the plaintiff to suffer re- what to suffer damage as a result of his false statements and misleading statements. All right, so here we go. Here's the statements. On July 29th, 2024, defendant Joe made the following false and misleading statements to third persons all over social media, where he gets 3 to 5 million views or more on his posts. Tell Miss Hilary Sanchez to leave her alone, and I know she don't have any money to give me because they said her husband done swiped up her credit cards and ran up and gave her bad credit from his actions. The defendant Joe also stated that the plaintiff husband took all her money and left her for broke on July 29th, 2024. Joe also stated that I am 60 years old and works for the FBI. I don't know who. Wait, let me reread that. The defendant Joe also stated on July 29th, 2024 on social media that I am 60 years old and work for the FBI. That's why it's important to either choose like the point of view that you're writing this from, whether it's going to be first or it's going to be the third person. So did Joe say that you were 60 years old and you work for the FBI? The defendant Joe said people been coming on his page, giving him so much information on the plaintiff is a current fraud and have all these current charges outstanding for scams. Joe also said Hilary is in a crazy mental hospital for the homeless and getting medication in the center currently. He then said she's homeless and in a nut house. Y'all please pray for her currently from July 2024 and ongoing. Joe also stated that her husband has left her since 2022 and he has a baby with another woman living in the same state of living in the state of Arizona. Joe stated that Miss Hilary Sanchez is a fraud and asked all of his supporters to send him any and all information on hand they have, and he will post and talk about it on all his pages just to prove a point to teach her a lesson, and then maybe she will sit down. Defendant Joe stated during this time, line stated in the complaint, my husband used me, and when the money was gone, Nate left, and I haven't heard from my husband since 2022. The statements from this defendant has been published and communicated to third parties all over social media platforms and his viewing audience for several months in 2024. So, pretty much, she's saying that she has been damaged by these false and misleading statements, and that has subjected her to hatred, distrust, ridicule, contempt, and disgrace. And it has also damaged her reputation and goodwill and harmed her financially in her possessions and business as a content creator and her personally. So, for each defendant, she is asking for punitive damages in the amount of $90,000, nominal damages to be proven at trial. Uh, plaintiff have just that the plaintiff have judgments against each defendant and such other relief as the court deems just and proper. Yes. So that's different. That is different. That is different. Hey, Pincy Lola, y'all bless. y'all, y'all, Ebony, I'm just listening because I don't know when and why. Listen, I kid y'all not. I was scrolling on TikTok. I want to say probably last month, and I came across this, and I was like, "Why am I coming across this?" So I tuned in, and I was like, "Lord, Netta being sued." And so I had to, I'm nosy. I be all on people pages and stuff trying to figure out what's going on, but I still really didn't know exactly what was going on. So I don't know what the criminal charges are for, but for the criminal complaint that we just read, it was very hard to read. It's very hard to read. I would suggest, and I hope you can take criticism well. That petition is going to have to be rewritten. If you go to the court and the judge tries to read that, he's going to be upset. You're gonna have to redo that. Please redo that. Um, but in reading it, I get the gist of it. So, two individuals and a company is being sued because they put out false information. The false information that was put out was that one, she's in the crazy house. Two, her and her husband are divorced or the marriage was annulled. And so that right there, I mean, it is a form of defamation, especially if you got all of these followers and those TikToks and other posts on social media is being redistributed. But I'm just really interested on how this case is really going to play out. I have told y'all time and time again that anybody can file a lawsuit, but the burden of proof will always be on the petitioner to prove up their damages. So you have to, make sure that you show proof as to um, what you're trying to get. You're asking for $90,000 for each of those defendants. Honestly, I don't think that you're going to get $90,000 from each of those clients. And if they eh. I'm crying. Charles, your lawsuit ready. Baby, when I tell you, oh my gosh, I can't pin this one because I'm not on oh my gosh, where is it at? I got to pin this one. That comment right there just tickled me, baby. But y'all, I promise y'all, if y'all even go and I'm gonna as soon as I get off here, I'm gonna go and post the link to her YouTube channel. But she posts receipts, baby. She trying to get the trailer. Y'all, I'm cracking up by myself because this here, oh my gosh, I don't even know what to say. I really don't know what to say. Hold up, because I'm trying to. Oh, hold it. Yeah, I had to hold up. Let me see if I can pin this. Oh yeah, I pinned that. I had to pin that. Okay. Charles, your lawsuit ready. But that just makes me think about how much, this ain't good. This really ain't a good look. Because then I didn't even know they said Charles then came up with a seasoning, and I'm trying to figure. They said Charles then took the label off. He done went to the stove and then brought up all of these seasonings and took the labels off and just put his on there. I said, I hope not, because you talk about a lawsuit. You you talk about a lawsuit, baby. Oh my God, I'll be saying that in my dreams. Charles, your lawsuit ready. Oh my gosh, I'm crying. All right, why is Hillary suing and be out here every day bullying them? Joe should countersue. Most likely the judge would throw them both out. Look, if you might have to like rewind this, and I am not trying in any way to be mean. Please believe me when I say this. But honey, you're gonna have to redo that petition because it doesn't make sense. It's all over the place. The punctuation is not good. There's misspellings. If you want the judge to take you seriously, you're gonna have to rewrite that, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And it's It's one thing when a judge can gripe out an attorney when a pleading is not written correctly, but as a pro se, because you don't have an attorney, they do expect you to do your due diligence and your research. But when you are doing a legal pleading and you are getting that before the court, you gonna, and people be like, well, they accepted it. That's correct because it's a lawsuit and they file it. But at the same time, the judge is not sitting there reading that. It is the file clerks that are sitting there reading that. The file clerks then forward that document to the court coordinator or the court clerk, and then they, will forward that. But the judge ain't gonna look at that until he needs to look at that. And I'm telling you right now, that whole petition has to be amended. You might want to find a paralegal or a legal clerk that can a law clerk that can help you rewrite it. I would offer to do it, but I ain't trying to get in no mess. That'll be a conflict of interest. I ain't trying to get in no mess. I ain't trying to get in no mess. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Girl, child, you got me over here crying. What up, Phyllis? What up? Thank you. I love y'all too. Y'all are awesome. Wonder how that tastes. Add some seasonings on top of the y'all. Hold up. Where? Let me see. Where that darn image at? I'm gonna put it on the screen. I'm gonna put that on the screen now. Yeah, that was a court doc read, but in the comments, and y'all be honest. Y'all be honest. Y'all be honest. Was that an easy read? Now, y'all know we've been showing y'all court documents for a minute. Let me take this. Hold up. Now y'all see, oh, that not a picture. I tried to do this earlier and it didn't work. So y'all see the seasoning? I wish I could blow that season up. It looked like that's some McCormick. Or you know what? Seasoning salt. And they just ripped off the whatchamacallit and put a labels in there. Baby, I'm trying to figure that out. I'm trying to figure that out. I'm very disappointed in Joe Netta. Boy, I think we all, or even people at the public library. Yes, yes, Hilary Sanchez, if you are listening, go to the law library, the public library, call legal aid or somebody. You have to redo that petition. You got to redo that petition. Because all plaintiffs don't win. You got me cracking up. I thumbed up the video and I just subscribed. Hey, thank you, Marsha. Thank you, Marsha. I was like, my fellow paralegals, y'all already know. Y'all already know. I needed this one. I get tired of talking about Diddy in there, but I needed some laughter in my life, y'all. Here we go with these little spam bots on whatchamacallit. Hold on, I got that because I was on a Twitter account. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I get it. So, minus all of the, grammar and punctuation and stuff, I understand why she is suing for defamation. I just feel like it's going to be a very, very it's going to be a difficult case. You're how can I say this, man? People just talk about people. I mean, you're really going to have to show that it really damaged you in a way where it caused you to miss out financially. Um, like, what documentation do you have? I mean, I know you ain't going to show us, and I get it. I get it. That's not our place. And then some of the documents, but at the end of the day, you got some pretty big shoes to fill. I'm just gonna say that. But first and foremost, you really got to redo this petition before you move forward with anything, because you don't want to go before the court and then the judge gets frustrated and then your case gets dismissed because he don't understand what's going on. Like, you may understand what's going on, but the judge, in reading that, he's not going to understand. He is not going to understand. Uh, bro, not $90. You think that that's all they gonna get? Nah. It was more, it was more to file a lot. Well, no, she did she the court cost was waived, so I think that is, yeah. Jonetta better spell it like he said. See, what? See, Denise, I hope not. Oh my gosh, what is wrong? I was like, man, I don't follow um the Hilary Sanchez show. But I am going to be tuning in because I'm invested at this point. Really want to see what is going to come about on this case. But this is crazy. But I am gonna make sure I stay on Joe Netta. Y'all got me calling this man Joe Netta, Miss Netta, because I what seasoning? Now I've been watching her cook, right? And I don't know. Are you going to use the seasoning on like the same season? It's like an all seasoning where you can use it on everything. Because I don't want you to get, sued because you done, took an ingredient that's yours. Like you slapping labels on McCormick or some, Lowry seasoning salt and it's not yours. Yeah, this one is a little bit different. But yeah, I just wanted to show y'all that. I wanted to share that with y'all because I thought it was something new. Um and we all needed a good laugh from all this, essay stuff and Diddy stuff. But baby, we got to get that petition together. Now, I do know that an amended petition was filed, but the person where I got the document from, he did not have the amended petition. I might reach out to him. But shout out to document Tingz for the petition, and shout out to Miss Hilary Sanchez, because I did, in the earlier part of this live, gave you guys, I played her uh video on YouTube to kind of give you guys a context as to why um Joe was served, well, not served, was sued. But she did explain that Joe was served. Joe threw the papers, went back in the house, ended up filing an answer, but did not serve her. Well, not serve her, provide her with a copy of his response. By law, anytime you file a pleading, you have to notify the other party. So it's just going to be very interesting on how this plays out. Y'all ain't about to do. Y'all ain't about to do that. Y'all ain't about to do that. Every time I see Joe, he putting a lot of sugar in something. Like, what are you making? Definitely looks like McCormick seasoning in all my cabinets. Okay, that's what I'm scared. Y'all don't, y'all, Let me get this picture up off here because y'all ain't about to do homie like that. Y'all ain't about to do homie like that. This is supposed to be a court doc read. And we read the court doc, and I think we more confused than what we was prior to figuring out what was going on. Charles, your lawsuit is ready. I wonder what Charles is thinking though. Like, damn, Netta, you done got us sued. Because here's the thing. I don't think Netta is going to hire no attorney, and whoever told the manager, so she reached out to a manager, her manager, their new manager, whoever that person is. And I'm only assuming that the manager told Netta to file an answer, but didn't tell the process in which you have to file an answer. Yeah, so you faxed it to the court, but you were also supposed to give Miss Hilary Sanchez a copy of that lawsuit. I mean, the answer, and you didn't. So, y'all know, hey, I put sugar in my spaghetti, but I don't put like Kool-Aid sugar in my spaghetti. It's just a tad bit to kind of set off the tanginess from the sauce. That's what I do. That's what I do. Fancy got me up here cracking up. Oh my gosh, y'all not about to do it, baby. I'm just giving it a couple of days. And then you have to have stuff trademark and patent and all this other stuff. So I just hope Netta goes the right way. But Netta, if you trying to do all of this stuff, and I mean when I say all of this stuff, you're trying to get you a seasoning brand or whatever the case may be, you need to get with an attorney, what they call it, an intellectual property attorney, to discuss trademarks and stuff like that. And then on the flip side, you need to get you a criminal attorney, because it Miss Hilary Sanchez says she filed a criminal complaint, so you know what that complaint is. You need to get a lawyer. You need to get a lawyer. I think I think we all needed to laugh. I think we all need. Yeah, I ain't about to pull that darn petition up, but I need to figure out where I could. Hey, if y'all want a copy of that complaint, y'all hit me up because I will send it to y'all. I was literally trying to decipher it. I was trying to decipher it. That's not good. And now I put my teacher hat on, because y'all know I teach GED at my school. And one thing that I always tell my adult learners is that you take away when you're not, how can I say this? When your punctuation and you have a lot of grammatical errors, and that you take away from the message that you're trying to relay to the person that is reading it. Because what's happening is we're focusing on we're focusing like, oh, this is a run-on sentence, there are no commas, this is spelt wrong, da 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 da. So you spending more time focused on that versus focusing on the message that is within the content, the context. So we gotta get that petition on point. Any other pleading that you do, please put it through at least Chat GPT or whatever that thing is called. They have AIs. They have like an AI for something. Run it through there, and so that way you'll have a better chance in this case. Okay, just take my word for it. And if you don't want to do that, go to the law library, go to the public library, call legal aid and say, hey, I need help drafting this pleading. Okay, all right. You're so welcome. I think we all needed that laugh tonight. Yep, trademarks and patents. That's it. They both need a lawyer. They both need a lawyer. I did need this guy woke me up in time. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I promise you, I have to find a crazy lawsuit every now and then because there's too much going on in the world. Laughter is good. Laughter is good. But hey, y'all. I have to go ahead and get on out of here because I gotta wake up and do my hair. My kids don't have school tomorrow because it is their fair day. So I have to be a mom and get them ready and enjoy the fair. So, you all, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, members, because I know that you got this first. Thank you to my subscribers, both old and new. Don't forget to hit the like button. Definitely, definitely, definitely tell me what y'all think about this lawsuit. What do y'all think the outcome is going to be on this lawsuit? What y'all think about that criminal complaint too? Y'all think y'all think Netta gonna get locked up? We don't know. Y'all think Charles gonna hold it down by himself? I don't know. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, chat. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everybody who tuned in. You are so welcome. Pensy Lola, thank you. Thank you, Wonder Woman. Yes, it is. I always keep an eye out when I go to the fair. My kids know no phones. We focus, but we gonna be eating and riding rides, okay? But y'all have an awesome night. Enjoy. Well, we got what, a couple of minutes left until the next day, next Monday. Oh, not next Monday, till Monday. But until then, y'all, be blessed. And I'm out. Bye.